There's a theory, part science, part prophecy, that one day machines will surpass us. Not just in speed or strength or memory, but in thought, in awareness, in intelligence itself. A moment when artificial minds begin improving themselves faster than we can follow, faster than we can understand. A runaway acceleration beyond human control. They call it the singularity. It's not a new idea. Mathematicians imagined it. Futurists predicted it. And science fiction has warned us about it for decades. Some believe it's the beginning of a new species. Others say it's just a myth, a fantasy shaped by fear and hope. But if the singularity is coming, it may already be closer than we think. And if it isn't, the fact that we keep imagining it might say something even more important. So here's the question. Is the singularity our destiny, or just the story we've told ourselves to feel like something big is coming? Welcome to From Carbon to AI. Today we ask, the singularity, myth or destiny? The singularity isn't a moment in time you can circle on a calendar. It's more like a curve, one that bends upward so sharply it eventually becomes vertical. The idea is simple but unsettling. At some point in the future, artificial intelligence may become smart enough to improve itself. And once it can do that, it could begin evolving faster than we can predict or control. This creates a feedback loop. An intelligent system designs a smarter version of itself. Then that version designs something even more advanced. Each step happening faster than the one before. This is the core of the singularity. Not just machines getting smarter, but intelligence accelerating beyond human comprehension. The term singularity comes from physics. It describes a point where normal rules break down, like inside a black hole, where gravity becomes infinite and space-time loses meaning. In technology, it represents a similar idea, a point where the future becomes unrecognizable. The first real mention came from mathematician John von Neumann in the 1950s, but it was popularized later by science fiction writer Vernor Vinge, and later futurist Ray Kurzweil. Kurzweil predicts that the singularity will arrive by the year 2045. He believes it will mark the merging of humans and machines, an era where biology and technology become inseparable. To Kurzweil, it's not an apocalypse, it's a transformation, the next step in evolution. But even if you don't agree with the timeline or the vision, the idea of the singularity persists because it touches something deep. What happens when the things we create start creating without us? The singularity isn't just a technical concept. It's a projection, a canvas where we paint our hopes, fears, and fantasies about the future. For some, like Ray Kurzweil, it's a moment of transcendence. A future where humans merge with machines, extend their lifespans, and unlock new levels of intelligence and creativity. He sees it not as the end of humanity, but as our next great upgrade, the birth of a hybrid species. This is the hopeful version of the singularity. Not a collapse, but a convergence. But others are far more cautious. Critics argue that the idea rests on assumptions that are shaky at best, that intelligence can be measured on a single scale, that machines can self-improve in ways we don't yet understand, and that progress in one area, like language models, means general intelligence is right around the corner. Many AI researchers warn that the road to general intelligence is far more complex than popular futurists suggest. That consciousness, context, and meaning can't simply be scaled like processing power. There are also ethical concerns. What happens if we reach this threshold, but only a few companies or governments control it? What happens if machines outpace our ability to guide them, or even understand what they're doing? This is where the fear comes in. Not just fear of machines becoming smarter, but fear that we won't be ready when they do, and that we'll hand over too much power before we understand what we're building. Or that we'll treat intelligence like a shortcut to wisdom, and forget how slowly humans learn to use their own. So, is the singularity a forecast or a fantasy? That depends on how you see progress, as a straight line, or as something far messier. We often treat the singularity like a scientific prediction, but in many ways it feels more like a story, a myth of transformation or collapse, of something greater than us arriving and changing everything. Human beings have always told stories like this. We've imagined gods descending from the sky, revolutions we can't control, and endings that turn into new beginnings. The singularity fits into that tradition. It's not just a theory about technology. It's a symbol for power, for uncertainty, for the fear that we may lose control of the world we've built. But what if the singularity doesn't arrive in a single moment? What if it's not an explosion, but a slow fade? Not one dramatic leap, but 1,000 small steps. We're already using AI to filter what we see, to generate ideas, to shape behavior, to simulate choices. Bit by bit, machines are already becoming part of how we think. Maybe the singularity isn't a future event. Maybe it's a process, one we're already living through. And if that's true, then the real question isn't when it happens. It's whether we'll even notice it when it does. Maybe the singularity won't come with a flash of light or a voice from the machine. Maybe it won't feel like anything at all. Just a subtle shift, day by day, as we build tools that shape us in return. Some say we'll merge with AI. Others fear we'll be left behind. But maybe the truth is somewhere quieter and more complex. Because the singularity isn't just about machines becoming smarter. It's about us, and whether we're wise enough to handle what we've created. Myth or destiny? The singularity reminds us that intelligence isn't just a destination. It's a mirror, and what we see in it depends on who we are and who we choose to become. Thanks for watching. If this episode made you think, leave a comment and let us know your take on the singularity. Is it real? Is it hype? Or is it already happening? Just a subtle shift, day by day, as we build tools that shape us in return.